This is the 3pm Takeover, Radio Northern Beach's only drive-home show.
Keep it right here for a whole hour of fresh hits and entertainment for your Wednesday afternoon.
Here we go.
This is Levels by Nick Jonas. Welcome to the show. We are so excited to have you here with us this afternoon. We have an awesome show coming up, including an interview with a very special guest. So make sure you hang around for that. That's coming up at about 20 to 4. And we're going to start with something really cool that I just found out this morning.
I don't find this cool.
It is cool.
Mainly because I don't care. But
No, you don't know yet what the coolest bit about it.
Okay. What's the coolest bit then?
Okay, the coolest thing is I went through a phase where I really liked watching The Real Housewives of LA. And it was a bit of a like guilty pleasure thing. And I'm not really into bad reality shows, but I was into this one. And then they brought out The Real Housewives of Melbourne the other year, which according to people is really good, but I didn't ever watch it. So I don't know. Did you watch it?
I have never seen a full episode of any Real Housewives of anything.
The Real Housewives of anything.
Well, I don't even watch like The Bachelor and all that, or Big Brother. I don't care about reality TV.
Big Brother is so bad. Ugh.
Oh, see, that was the only one that I was kind of like, because I used to do that Friday night games thing. That was kind of funny to watch.
Yeah, I remember
that was fun to watch.
That's true. But anyway, the biggest news ever is that they are going to do a Real Housewives of Sydney, which is really cool. But
Again, is it cool?
yes, because guess what?
What?
2 of them come from the beaches.
Oh, that's cool. But isn't that a bad thing? Because the women on those shows are always like, nah.
No, I think it's a good thing. And the 2 women on it that are from the beaches are like cool in their own right. But guess what? Even more local, especially for you and I that grew up in the forest, they're both from the forest area.
Oh, both of them?
Both of them.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that really cool? So Lisa Oldfield is going to be on it, and she's actually a former TV presenter. And she's married to David Oldfield, who's the One Nation politician. But she lives in Belrose.
Oh.
Which is exciting. And then...
Was she like my literal neighbour and I just never knew that she was famous?
I don't know. Who knows? You don't know.
Who's the other lady? Who's the other housewife?
Melissa Touts, and she's from French's Forest.
What makes her... Well, what does her husband do? Is she famous in her own right? Or is it... Do they
Yeah.
have to have famous husbands? Is that the premise of the show? Or do they have to be famous in their own right?
No, you just have to be a housewife that's rich.
Oh, rich.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why you get to be a housewife, because you don't have to work because you're rich.
Oh, okay.
That's like the idea behind the show. You don't have to be famous.
Oh, I thought all of them had famous husbands.
No.
Or some of them were famous, like some of them were actual famous people.
They just have rich husbands. Some of them have been rich. Some of them have been famous, like kind of D-list. But
I'm going to put it out there. I feel like the bar to be famous these days just keeps getting lower, and yet I'm still not at the right level. It could be super low, and I still don't have any of the qualifications to be someone famous. It's very upsetting.
I was going to like go levels, like the song. And then I was like, no. And then I said yes. I did.
But you did it anyway.
I did it anyway. But yeah, so Melissa is from French's Forest, and she's actually a former TV soap star. I think she might have been in Neighbours a while ago. But anyway, I think
Everybody does love Good Neighbours.
That's true. I think that's kind of cool that 2 of them in it, considering there won't be many. I think there's maybe like 7 housewives or
My
8.
next question was going to be how many housewives are there?
I think there are 8. So I think it's really cool that 2 of them come from the beaches.
How many are from Bondi and Balmain?
I have no idea where the other ones are from. I don't care about them. I only care about the ones that come from the beaches. That's the important thing.
Is this how you feel about like contestants on The Bachelor and Bachelorette? Are you like, you only root for the ones that are from your area?
No, I think I'm excited about this one because obviously if you watch the show, the whole premise is that it's filmed.
Isn't it just them like having drinks and bitching about each other?
No. So it's
Okay,
filmed,
that's all the bits I ever see.
It's filmed like at their houses. So I think that's cool because, you know, coming from the beach, especially coming from near where I grew up, I will recognise the areas that they film at. And I always find that cool watching things on TV and being like, oh, that's down the road from me. I find that exciting. So I'm excited.
I've had that with some films and TV shows lately because when I went to LA, just so many things are filmed in LA that now every now and then I'll watch a show and be like, oh, I recognise that street, or like, oh, I know that corner. It's been quite fun. So yeah, it'd actually be cool to be someone that you grew up rather than just visited. Yeah.
True. So just especially for you, I have found out where the other housewives are from.
Oh, thank you.
There are definitely 7 of them. So we've got the one from Belrose, the one from French's Forest, then one from Bellevue Hill, 2 from Double Bay.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
One from Bondi.
Oh, called it. I knew there was going to be a Bondi. Is there a Balmain?
No. And one from Rose Bay.
Oh, Rose Bay. Yeah, fair enough. Should they do Real Housewives of Raiding on the Beaches?
Real Housewives of Sydney will be coming to screens shortly, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to the 3 p.m. Takeover with Hope and Victoria on Radio Northern Beaches. That was Take a Walk by Passion Pit. And look, I've had a fairly busy week. I have barely had time to check my emails. I know I have emails to read, but I haven't had a chance to read them. So Hope has lovingly decided that but she's going to quiz me on the week of news that's just been, which will be great because I'm clearly going to do so well at it.
This is true. You know what?
My only bit of news that I know about is that the Sydney Opera House seal brought its pup back, but that was like 2 weeks ago.
That doesn't count as this
That's
week's
my
news.
only piece of news, and it's old.
That's so funny.
That seal baby is probably a grown-up now. It probably has a job and like a wife and a family.
Does stuff. That's true. You know what? Often it can be really tough to keep up with the day's news, which is why I always try to have the news on when I'm running around in the morning getting ready. Like I'll turn it on when I wake up and I'll keep it on until I leave the house. So I kind of like
we do that.
Catch snippets in the background.
Maybe I've caught something subconsciously. While I'm like packing my bag and putting my socks on. I may have been soaking in the news of the world, guys.
That's so funny. It's like I remember someone back when I was doing HSC, I knew someone who was convinced that if she recorded her notes and then had them playing in the background while she was asleep, she would subconsciously absorb them. And I was like, I don't think so.
Like that, isn't that like a really cliche 90s and early 2000s plot of a comedy show? There's always that one episode where someone will have like a tape of something and they're like trying to get up smoking or something, and the tape will get mixed up and they'll have like some weird characteristic about themselves like for the next episode because like they listen to some tape about like how to tap dance and suddenly they can tap dance instead of quitting smoking.
I do remember TV shows being like that.
I know Friends has done one, but I feel like every other show did one. Anyway, I'm just avoiding the topic. Let's get to the question.
To the quiz. Okay, ABC News Quiz of the Week. Ready. Which New South Wales MP this week admitted to having eaten elephant?
Oh, do I get options or do I just have to guess?
No, you get options.
Okay.
Was it Robert Borsak, Jeremy Buckingham, Mike Baird, or Luke Foley?
Is it upsetting that I only recognise one of those names?
Well, he's from the beaches. Do we eat elephant on the beaches?
Not regularly.
Wow.
I'm going to say...
Scratched.
Who is the second person?
Jeremy Buckingham.
Yeah, he sounds like an elephant eater.
He sounds suspicious. No, it wasn't. It was Robert Borsak, who is a Greens MP.
Oh, that's awkward.
Yes, it was awkward. He got in a lot of trouble.
Oh, and it made the news.
It did. Okay. What was the name of the gorilla who was fatally shot by the Cincinnati Zoo staff to protect a 3-year-old boy who climbed into the enclosure?
Oh, God, that story made me so angry. Anyway.
Was he called Jambo?
I thought it was a girl gorilla. Anyway.
Well, I don't know. Jambo, Harambe, Guy, or Otana?
Oh, I think it was Guy.
But if it was female, Otana sounds promising.
Promising.
I don't know.
I'm going to say Guy, and I'm going to be very, very wrong.
You were. We were both wrong. It was Harambe.
Harambe. Classic gorilla name.
There we go.
Do we have what Harambe means?
No.
No.
I have
No
no
context.
idea.
Cool.
It's probably like, what's it called? You know when elephants are like born, or no, animals are born, and it's really exciting that they lived, and so they call them like life, but in like a random language. You know when they do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People do that too.
That's true.
My mum has a friend who was the surprise 13th child, and so her name...
13th? Jesus.
Yeah, and so her name means surprise in like Swahili or something.
Swahili. It's always something like Swahili.
She's from Africa, so...
Oh, okay.
I think she was from South Africa.
Anyway, oh, that's right then.
Yeah.
Okay. Queensland State of Origin captain Cameron Smith is the most capped player with 37 appearances for the Maroons.
Oh, no.
Who held the title before him?
Oh, God.
Was it? I feel like you might subconsciously know this. Was it Wally Lewis, Jonathan Thurston, Darren Lockyer, or Mal Meninga?
Darren Lockyer?
Yeah, it was.
Ooh,
my favourite player ever.
That is the only name I feel like I've heard once or twice before.
Oh, there we go then.
Yeah.
Look at you go.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
It's hard because I usually leave the room whenever sports comes on. I'm like, oh, time to brush my teeth.
Another serious shark attack took place in Western Australia this week. What is the state government's current policy on sharks? Is it A, they can be killed if they pose a threat? B, the government runs a catch and kill program? C, it's illegal to kill sharks? Or D, if you catch it, you are not allowed to return it to the sea?
C, you're not allowed to kill them. I'm pretty sure.
No, it's A. They can be killed if they're posing a threat to the public. It's like if it's next to somebody.
Oh my gosh, it's like, oh, I got into the water where the shark lives and exists, but it poses a threat to me. Let's put it down.
Pretty much.
What a ridiculous law. I will go on a rant. Let's go to the next question. Save us all some time.
Last one. Northern Territory Chief Minister Adam Giles this week said that xenophobia was part of Australian what? Culture, way of life, mindset, or spirit?
Aren't they all synonyms for each other?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say culture or way of life. Culture.
It was spirit.
Ugh.
Bow.
What did I got one, didn't I?
You got
one
one.
on a fluke.
Close. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to the show. That was Drop Your Love by Young Franco, and that was a song request from
Michael.
Hi, Michael.
I hope you enjoy that song, Michael. That was your request.
I don't think I've heard that song, but I like it.
I haven't. No, it was really good.
It's got like a funky beat.
Okay, now you just sound really old. It's got a really funky beat.
It does have a funky beat.
This is why we love song requests. We get to find new music.
No, you know what it is? That song's a really good like background song to play, like if you're like mingling with people and it's a sort of party.
Not
like a party, just
Yeah.
like a people gathering.
A gathering party.
A gathering.
A gathering. Yeah, that was awesome. The good recommendation. So, you know what I was thinking about this week? Among me not reading my emails and clearly not keeping up with the news, if you heard our last segment. So we've got like a stack of board games on one of our bookshelves at home, and my common seat in the house, which couch I sit on, I always stare at them. And I was thinking today, people don't play board. I feel like when I was younger, all we ever did was play board games when we had free time. And now I feel like people don't. And I don't think it's the rise of technology or blah, 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 any of that stuff. Because like we had PlayStations and computers when I was young. I just think it was just a thing is that really good board games came out and were still sort of coming out and our parents like were still popular with our parents.
Yeah.
And like family game night and stuff like that.
I never had stuff like that, but I didn't watch much TV at all when I was a kid. So I played quite a few board games. And there were we owned so many, but I was very selective about the ones that I liked. But I got quite into, I guess you call them more adult board games younger. So when I was young, I'd be like, let's play Scrabble, Mum. You know, like
Yeah,
I
we
really
used to always
liked that
play
kind of
Scrabble.
thing, rather than like, I guess more sort of banal children's type, you know, snakes and ladders or that kind of thing. But yeah, I definitely don't play as many board games as I used to, but I actually sat down and played one quite recently. I played a themed Monopoly, which was cool.
I was going to say, I think when they do themed games, it's really fun because I have a themed Sherlock Cluedo.
Oh, that's fun.
Which is really fun. It just because I liked Cluedo as a kid, but I never won. My mum or my brother always won. They loved it.
Cluedo gets easier as you get older. It's harder to, like, it's so easy to play as an adult, but as a child, you don't think of, you know, like if two options aren't it, then it has to be the third. Like you don't think in that analytical way as a child. So it's really difficult as a child.
Yeah. But I did find a list of, according to a website, the top 10 board games of all time.
Oh, is it Monopoly?
No, that's the funny thing. I don't know how much I trust this list because the first three options are chess, checkers, and backgammon.
Oh, no, I'm not
Are
surprised.
they counted as board games?
Yes.
But in my mind, board games, you have a little token person, you roll a dice, you move around a board.
No, they're all board games. It
Okay.
requires a board. It's a board game.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. That it's in the name, Victoria. Well done. Other than that, it was Scrabble was number 4, Monopoly was 5, Clue or Cluedo was 6,
I can see that.
Othello. I've not heard of this game, but it came in number 7.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Trivial Pursuit.
I was about to say, is Trivial
Yes.
Pursuit, it must be in there.
We,
I don't like Trivial Pursuit much.
I
gotta
do
say.
because I have very fond memories of it.
Cute.
We used to go as like a fam, like my mum and dad and my brother and I, and then my grandparents and my aunt and uncle used to come. We used to all go skiing for a week every year together. And we used to always play Trivial Pursuit and have big team. We'd have like family site, like teams of families, and it was so much fun.
When you associate something with that, it's a good thing. Like for me, my family always played Cluedo on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve.
Oh,
So I like Cluedo for that
that's
reason.
cute. And then number 9 is Pictionary and 10 is Risk. I don't think I've ever played Risk in my entire life. Is that the one with the countries?
I have played it and I don't like it.
Is that the one with the countries where you try and take over the world?
No, it's a bit like checkers.
Oh.
I don't like it.
What's the one I'm thinking of?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I used to have quite a few sort of specialised board games that I quite liked. Like my family and I went to Germany when I was quite young. We were on holiday. and we bought back a couple of board games, European board games that I really liked. So I grew up playing them, and because they weren't sort of famous here, I taught my friends how to play them. So then it was good.
We had this game that I'm yet to meet someone who's actually heard of it. It's called Park and Shop. Have you heard of it?
I have, but I couldn't tell you what it was about.
It's really old. Like, it's my mum's copy from when she was a kid. It's quite an old, like, the packaging is really cute and, like, retro style. And the premise of the game is you get cards and you got to, like, there's a whole bunch of things you have to buy. And you literally drive
cool.
and you park and then you go and shop.
That's
like,
really cool.
The premise of the name is, it is in the name of the game.
Yeah.
But, there's some of the other games. I used to love Seen It. Have you ever played Seen It?
Yes.
I love that game. And they do specialized ones of I think it's like a Lord of the Rings one and there's a Harry Potter one.
I have a Harry Potter one.
I wanted the Harry Potter one, but they brought it out with the 5th movie and I wanted it to be all the movies. And they don't. And then they never did that.
They have one that's book 1 to 4 and then
you mean movie 1 to 4?
Movie 1 to 4 and then like movie 5 to 7. There isn't, or 5 to 8. There isn't like a combined one.
There should be a big combined one.
There should be.
Seen It, the company that made Seen It, I'm calling you out. Can you please make that board game?
I have a really funny board game story. So we have this really cool game that's been in our family for years called Race Around the World.
I've heard of that
one.
one.
You just have to get cards and like visit every continent and different things happen to you and it's quite fun. But as a child, I didn't realize that it was an old game. And on the front of the box, it says, win a trip around the world. And I was like, whoa, that's awesome. And then I looked in the information. I was like, Mom, Dad, let's enter. This is great. And then I looked at the box.
What's the expiry date for the
And it closed.
entry?
It had closed in 1984.
Oh.
And my parents were like, well, whoever had their trip around the world has well and truly been now. And I was like, oh, it's closed. We missed it. And Mum was like, yeah, we definitely missed the entry date.
You weren't even born, darling.
Yeah, 10 years before you were born. I was like, I was quite deflated. I was excited to enter.
Oh, you would be.
But
That's
then,
so
I found out how old that board game was. I think my parents brought it when they immigrated, so it was an old one.
That's fun though.
Yeah, it's a good game.
And there's some other games that aren't board games, but they're, I guess, more card-based games, like Uno is a classic one. And
that's true.
And like Yahtzee. Our wider group of friends play a game called Jungle Speed. Have you ever played Jungle Speed?
No, I haven't.
You basically have this like wooden totem thing that sits in the middle of a circle and you all sit around and basically when you flip over cards, if your card matches, you have to be the first person to grab the totem. Yeah. And it's like the more stressed you are in life, like it's just so much more fun to play because like everyone's on edge and it's great. It's a great game. Like kind of like Jenga. It's like it gets more stressful as it goes along, but in a good way.
That's true.
Now I just want to play board games.
It'd be cool. I had this board game once that I used to play in primary school at like my school's after school care. Yeah. But I've never ever seen it anywhere else. And
I used to work in after school care. We used to play. My default was, hey, who wants to play a board game? Everyone sit down to play a board game.
It was like a race around Australia one, but it was really cool. And I've never seen it anywhere else. And I've never seen it for sale. But it was a really great board game. Do you know what board game I love? You know that one where there's like little faces and you have to guess the face.
Guess who?
Guess who? That one. You're like, do I have brown hair? No. It's so boring and stupid, but I really like it.
There's a YouTuber I watch who she and her partner play Guess Who, but they play an alternate version where they'll be like, does your person look like they really enjoy this kind of pastry but feel guilty about it? Like it's about how their face looks. It's like personality Guess Who. They did a video on it. It's the funniest thing to watch. Like,
that is really
oh my
funny.
gosh. I was like, that's really clever way of like twisting a classic board game. Yeah, Guess Who was fun.
But anyway, if you have a favorite board game, classic or new, let us know by writing on our Facebook page, facebook.com/the3pm takeover, because we want to know all about what you like to play.
But if it's Monopoly, please don't write because Monopoly is like the worst game ever.
Oh, do you know what's really good though?
It tears people apart.
No, Junior Monopoly.
No, it's just like as an adult, it's like too easy and sad. But
no, Junior Monopoly is special. It's like a different kind.
No, like
it's great.
Normal Monopoly makes me stressed because I'm not investing in properties and it makes me feel like I should be investing in properties. And I'm like, I don't want a hotel. I don't want several houses. Oh, stop it. I don't.
So analytical.
But
if there are any Junior Monopoly fans out there, let me know because I love that game.
Welcome back to the 3pm takeover with Hope and Victoria and a special guest. We have the lovely Louise who's going to tell us about Tupperware because you've been selling it for 30 years. Did Hope tell me correctly?
Yes.
That is so long. That's really impressive.
That's awesome. How long's Tupperware been going for?
It started out in America in the late 1940s. And
Oh,
it's
wow.
been
Okay, cool.
in Australia now for 55 years this year. So
Happy 55th birthday.
Yes.
That's a long time for Tupperware. And what's really embarrassing is before I met Louise, I wasn't 100% sure the difference between Tupperware and other plastic.
Well, I guess
don't
it's
know.
like, it's kind of like Kleenex is the brand, but they're tissues. But people always say just use a Kleenex.
yes.
But they mean tissue. Yeah.
Yes.
That's true. So my
It's a similar concept, but there is a lot of difference between Tupperware
Yeah.
and the other brands of
Yes.
plastic out there.
Yeah.
So Tupperware is expensive, but
For good
for
reason.
good reason. So Louise, can you tell us about some of the benefits of Tupperware?
One of the big benefits of Tupperware is that you're buying a product that's going to basically last you a lifetime, and which is great from an environmental perspective, because if you're buying cheap things, you're usually throwing them away every 2 or 3 years because they all warp or they split or they're just not good quality. And with Tupperware, if you ever do have any problems with the product, it does have a lifetime guarantee as well. So
That's good.
You
Oh,
literally
wow.
have it for a lifetime.
I always have problems with products, so I always try and get things that have long guarantees.
Well, Tupperware's got the longest you can get.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. The problem I find when I use plastic containers is that they stain. So does Tupperware stain?
Mostly it doesn't stain.
Ooh, that's
if you
good.
can get a few stains sometimes if you're using strong curries or tomato-based products, but there's easy ways to overcome that. You just give a very, very light coating of oil over the container before you pop your food in, and then that
that's-
protects it from staining.
That is good to know.
And
It's a little too late for some of the things that we own, but
If it does stain, then you just soak it in nappy sand overnight or rub it down with bicarb soda or
really?
paste. Will usually
Oh.
get any stains and marks out.
There we go. So this is what I want to know. How much Tupperware do you own?
Oh, how much Tupperware? Well, I've got my stock storage, which fills up a spare bedroom.
Oh my gosh.
So I've got accumulated stock that I've had.
you
for
already
30
have a
years.
little bit more than I do.
And then, as hope you saw, my pantry is full of Tupperware. My refrigerator
amazing.
and my freezer full of Tupperware.
Victoria's into neatness. You would love Louise's kitchen.
I'm just hearing about it's making me happy. Let's be honest.
So great.
Anybody who are neat freaks, Tupperware
Yes.
is the right thing for them, because it just
Yeah.
allows you to stack and store
Yes,
things.
it all stacks so perfect. That's what I
It's
love about it. Oh my
adult
goodness.
building blocks.
Yeah.
And then all my storage drawers, basically, when we built our kitchen, we designed it around the Tupperware so that they all fitted neatly in.
Oh,
And
nice.
there's spots for the seals to stack, and
That's a good idea.
It's just
So
perfect.
fancy.
You can find what you need when you need it, and it means that
That's
I'm
really
using it
good.
all the time.
I must say, I usually take muesli and yogurt to work with me for breakfast, and we just got some containers from Coles. Put my yogurt in there, and I was like, I should probably put it in a plastic bag just in case, because all our Tupperware containers were already like used in the fridge. Yeah, I'm glad I did. It leaked, and the next day we had like leftovers in there, and I ate it. Used the Tupperware container, not a leak.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah,
that's the beauty.
reaffirmed my faith in
Yes.
airtight Tupperware containers.
I'm missing out.
You are.
I don't own any Tupperware.
You do now. You've got your lovely pink spatula.
Yes,
that I've
I
given
do.
you
We
today.
got a present from Louise. We got a little spatula. So,
And it's pink, of course, for the 3 p.m. takeover.
so what products are there of Tupperware except for the plastic boxes?
What isn't there?
It's pretty much, well, it's not all plastic, because we do also have our saucepans and fry pans range, which are just
Oh,
the
wow.
best quality, heavy duty stainless
really?
steel with triple steel base.
Ooh. I don't even know what that means, and it sounds good. Triple steel.
But we've got special products designed for storage in your pantry, and then we've got specialised products designed to store in your refrigerator, and then once again products for your freezer. Then we've got products for reheating in the microwave. We've got products that cook in the microwave and they cook in your normal oven.
Oh, wow.
So we've got what's called our Ultra Pro range, which have got wonderful baking dishes, and you can, for example, if you're going to have a roast chicken one night, which would normally take you about 2 hours, you'd halve the cooking time to an hour. You put it into the microwave for 1/3 of that time, so 20 minutes in the microwave. Then you pop it into your oven, still in the same container, into the oven for another 40 minutes to brown it up and finish it off. Then that container can be used as a presentation dish on the table, and then it has a cover popping in the
Multi-use.
refrigerator for storage of any leftovers. But such a yummy
That
roast
is
chicken.
so
There's really
That's
no
so clever.
Yep.
What? That's just, I can barely think, like, when I'm trying to cook anything. I use so many pots and pans and containers because I'm like, oh, I have to do this now. Oh, it has to go into this container. And it's like 15 stacked up. And Mum's like, Victoria, you need to, like, strategize when you cook. And I'm like, no, that's too easy.
That's always the question I have for my mum. Does this go in the microwave? Does this go in the fridge? Can this go in the something?
And you always put something in it and then you have to check underneath to check that it has, like, the microwave safe. Yes. I do that with, like, cups. And, like, if I put something to reheat, like, dinner, I'm like, oh, is this microwave safe? I've, like, awkwardly lifted above my head so I don't just, like, tip it over.
Are there Tupperware cups or mugs?
There's the Tupperware commuter mugs and there's the Tupperware drink bottles, which I've got here with my...
Give us a rattle.
I'm travelling around in it today. I never go anywhere without my Tupperware drink bottle.
Cool.
Good.
It's one thing I just can't come at is buying a bottle of water from anywhere because it's just environmentally unsound and financially unsound.
Yeah, it's expensive if you keep buying water.
Yes.
Bottled water is a luxury.
Yes.
That we don't need because we have taps.
We have tap water in Australia that is such good quality.
Yeah.
So you buy these once and they come as a set of 4. You keep them stored in your refrigerator with cold ice water just ready to go each time you go out.
So to wrap us up, Louise, I know that you can do Tupperware parties. Can you tell us a little bit about this? 'Cause it sounds fun.
Tupperware parties are great fun and they're a lot different to what maybe your mothers or grandmothers first went to when Tupperware started in Australia.
I was going to say, if we have some older listeners, they're probably like, oh, I know Tupperware parties. But I'm sure they actually probably don't.
Because the product has changed so much now, we have what we call culinary cooking parties, where basically you get a small group together and we decide on a menu that we're going to make, and then we all get together and you all get to try the products. So you can try our excellent quality knives, you can try all of our food processing containers, which is our Turbo Chef, which everybody knows is the onion chopper.
Is it red?
Yes.
We totally have one of those at home. It's great.
I can see I've got a Tupper file here.
Whenever I have friends over and I'm cooking and they're always like, can I help out? I'm like, here, you can jivvy up the onions. They're always like, whoa, this is so fun, the thing.
Well, actually,
we have one of
it's
those.
updated. It's full string now.
Oh, we have the old...
it goes so much faster.
We like to work our muscles in my house.
And so you get to actually work out how to use things and you learn cooking techniques from me and then you get to eat what we've prepared.
Yum.
That's
always
the best
bit.
Yep.
And then also you can have your standard Tupperware parties where I just explain about the products and you can still feel them and see how they work and play Tupperware games, which is always good fun.
What kind of Tupperware game? What kind of games, like pass the parcel but pass the Tupperware?
Well, I usually tend to play Tupperware bingo, and if we're having, for example, a cocktail party, I'll theme it along the cocktail lines.
Oh, that's so fun!
If we're doing a chocolate party, I'll theme it along chocolate lines, so it makes it
fancy.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to have a Tupperware party, how would one go about arranging
I want to
that?
play Tupperware bingo. Because I'll actually know the products. You'd be like, what? Onion chopper?
You just need to contact me and I can organise that for you.
That's so exciting.
Cool.
So we are going to link Louise's Facebook page to our Facebook page so you can check it out. And you should organise a Tupperware party because I think that sounds really great.
And invite us because we want the free food at the end. And to see all the cool products.
And because I need to buy something to say that I own some Tupperware.
Yes.
Well, you do now. You have
do.
the spatula.
They say 9 out of 10 homes in Australia and New Zealand have at least one item of Tupperware in them.
Wow, that's really cool.
That doesn't surprise me, actually. Because I feel like everyone knows of the brand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I had it when I lived at home, but I've moved out now, so I don't have any Tupperware.
Oh.
Usually that's when the mums find they have no Tupperware. I get phone calls saying, I need to replenish my Tupperware. It's gone with the children.
All right, so to finish us off, Louise, do you have any last fun facts about Tupperware?
What's your favourite item of Tupperware?
My favourite item of Tupperware actually is the Clearmates range, which store in the refrigerator. They're crystal clear to look at containers. They're square, but they're also airtight and liquid tight. And they're fantastic for when you go camping, which my husband and I do a lot. So you just throw them in the esky, nothing leaks, no ice melts and gets into the food or anything like that. And they all stack really neatly in the refrigerator. They prolong the life of your cold meats and deli items in the refrigerator by at least an extra week.
Oh, wow.
And
What?
just-
Whoa. Hey, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, oh. Which
Exactly.
one is this? The clear How many can I order? How quickly can I get them? I go through the cold meats. I have a wrap at work and I put like ham and man, it goes off so quickly.
Oh, it needs to be stored in your Clearmates.
It does.
Yeah, I need to teach you how to do it because
You
there's a
do.
few tricks to how you store your cold meats.
That is a good favourite item.
secrets.
Yeah.
Yep, you hear all these sorts of things at Tupperware parties or on my Facebook
I was going to
page.
say, we'll play a song and turn you off and you can tell me all the secrets.
So big thank you to Louise for coming onto our show. Make sure you check out her Facebook page. Thanks, Louise.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Welcome back. We have come to the very end of our show now, which is really sad because it's been a really, really good show.
It has. In that song, Louise and I were talking Tupperware and I'm getting very excited.
You're still on Tupperware, aren't you? Even now.
Yeah. I've been learning all the cool tips and tricks. She's giving us out some trade secrets that, sorry listeners, you have to have a Tupperware party for that.
That's good.
But
That's fair.
as it is the end of our show, that means it's time for Suburb Focus.
We are
Where are we heading
kinda getting
today?
there. We're going to DY.
Ooh.
So DY is our suburb of the week this week, which is exciting because it's considered the main part of the beaches in the sense that it's halfway between the north heading up to Palm Beach and the south heading back down to Manly.
I was going to say, it's also probably one of the main ones. Like if you're
I
over the
suppose so.
bridge chatting to people about where you live, you're always like, oh, it's near DY and everyone knows where it is.
Yeah. So if you're living in DY, you're right in the middle, and that's my closest beach. So I never know if I'm from the north half or the south half. So from the middle.
Oh,
Right in the middle.
Life is full of tough decisions, Hope.
It is. So geographically speaking, we're halfway through suburb focus.
Oh, that's exciting because I never thought we'd reach this point.
But I think we're actually more than halfway in terms
Probably.
of the suburbs.
I mean,
don't
it
know.
feels like we've done every suburb, but it turns out we haven't.
So no one actually quite knows how DY got its name, but the letters D and Y were used to mark the beach location on early maps in the 1800s.
Oh.
So
Was there someone
that
called D on the ship and they're like, D, why are we going this way?
No, I don't think so. I don't
That's
think that's
my
why.
theory. That'll hold up. Just you wait.
So no one knows how they got there. But anyway, a lot of Aboriginals used to live in DY in the early days as well. And they would use the lagoon for fishing because apparently it used to be nearly 5 times deeper
Whoa.
than it is now. Because now you can just wade across it, right?
I was going to say, don't want to go in there 5 times deeper. You'll be under.
Yeah, so you can't be, you used to be able to fish there. Fascinating.
That's really cool.
And what's cool is when they actually first built up DY and designated it as a suburb, around 700 hectares of land there were sold to the Salvation Army. So they used to own DY and then they progressively sold it off in parts after they formed Warringah Council in 1906.
Oh, wow. When did DIY-RSL come along? Because they have
think
a
that was
bowling
the
alley there that's really good.
1920s.
Oh, okay. They have a
So a
good
little
bowling
bit
alley.
later.
When was the bowling alley built?
I don't know.
I used to
Tell
take-
me.
I don't know.
I love bowling there as well, actually.
I used to do it for school sport. It's the best opt-out of a school sport was bowling. I'm really good at it now. And laser tags there now as well, which is very important.
Oh, that is cool. I didn't know that. Random thing about DY Lagoon, though, it sees a lot of migratory birds come past. And the suburb actually has, the suburb specifically, has agreements with both the Chinese and Japanese governments relating to migration.
I thought you say agreements with the birds. Continue.
No, agreements between DY and the Japanese and Chinese government.
Oh, wow. I'm assuming the
Relating to
birds are
migration.
migrating to and from Japan and China? Is
Yeah.
that- okay. Wow.
Yeah. Who knew, right?
Wow.
And DY is actually home to more churches than any other suburb on the beaches. Fun fact.
Wow. That's a really random fact, but that's really cool.
Like every denomination.
Shout out to anyone who goes to church in DY.
Popular
Or if
suburb.
you're a migratory bird in DY.
That's true.
But we're going to wrap up the show now with a special announcement of what our next special is going to be. So it's going to be the first week of August is our special, because first Wednesday of every month. And this time it's going to be, drum roll.
Homemade drum roll.
Yeah. I don't actually have a drum kit in here.
That's true.
As amazing as that would be. I'm not that prepared. Well, you want to tell it? Should I tell it? Do you want to
You can tell it.
Okay.
You can tell.
It's going to be mashups.
Like
which is gonna
music
be-
mashups.
Yeah. So when they mash up 2 songs together and they can go really wrong or 2 right, it's ridiculous. And we're going to pick all the amazingly right
All the good ones, not
Yeah.
the wrong ones.
No,
You don't want to hear that.
No, we want to keep you guys listening, not drive you away. So that's what's going to happen on our next special. So get excited. If you have a favorite mashup song, let us know. Send us a tweet or a Facebook message or email us, and we could play it on our mashup special.
And don't forget to check out Louise's Facebook page. We're linking it to ours. So have a look at that and maybe you can host a Tupperware party.
A mashup Tupperware party. You can make mashed potatoes and store them while listening to mashup songs. Oh, I am the future, guys. We'll see you next week.